Hey everybody, Leslie Sansone Williams here. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for being part of this webinar and coming on and just increasing your knowledge about how to get into the paralegal career. Okay, so this is an important one for you. This is not about the personality tests that are out there. This is much more basic but just as powerful as they are, but it's not based on DISC or any of those other personality tests. This relates to whether you are an optimist, a pessimist, or a realist. Now, when those three people walk into a law firm or legal department of a corporation or legal department of a nonprofit or government agency to interview, and all three of those people are sitting in the reception area waiting to be interviewed, there's one who will walk out with the job, with that offer, and the other two, not so much. Okay, so let's talk about each of these. And you have to determine, well, if I am the one that doesn't get that position offered to me, I need to find out why. You know, a lot of it has to do with effort, perception of you. But if you're bringing in baggage from the past that says you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're gonna show that to the employer, and you really can't do that and get the job. You have to think, I'm worthy. I should be able to land a job like this, and I should be able to eventually increase my salary. Yes, I should. Okay, so what they do is they usually give you direction. Not all law firms will have you fill out an application, but some may say fill it out. You'll then be taken to a separate conference room where you'll be interviewed by the hiring attorney. Maybe the office manager will interview you first, and then the hiring attorney will come in to find out if you fit the bill for that attorney. Do you meet that attorney's needs? You see, this is where it's a mistake to think that, well, I have higher degrees and I have a degree in paralegal studies, or I took a certificate program. That's not the whole enchilada. That is not what's saying to the attorney, you know what you're doing. Say, that's what you have to come to grips with. The optimist will say, thank you very much. Thank you when you're handed the application to fill out and when you're given instruction. The pessimist will say, that's a mighty long application. And the realist will probably more than likely listen and take it all in. Okay? The office manager might say, this is going to give us the basic information that we need. The attorney or the office manager may give you an overview of the job. Okay, it's not always the attorney doing that. The office manager may do that and take that off the attorney, take that responsibility off. So the office manager says, so what do you think? And I'm looking at my notes here. Are you ready? And the optimist says, okay, great, I'm ready to go. And the pessimist says, this seems like a ton of information to provide. What questions am I going to be asked anyway? The realist says, I'm sorry, I have to get back to work, but I can reschedule, because the realist had no understanding that it would take this long. And an interview and the whole process should never take more than an hour. of somebody's time, because many times we go on interviews during our lunch hour or after work and we have responsibilities, right? So fast forward 1 week later. The optimist and the realist see each other again at the second interview. That's kind of awkward, huh? This is the optimist's 10th try at landing a paralegal job, and feels that she's getting closer to the real deal, to landing it. She's depending on the attorney knowing that she knows how to do the job. She's just assuming the attorney will know that she knows how to do the job, even though she's never worked in a legal job, a paralegal job before. The realist has been focusing on the tech skills needed in that 1 week, okay? As well as learning how to assist the attorney with the everyday workload. That's what the realist is doing. She has researched areas of law noted in the job ads and dug deep regarding what a paralegal does specifically in those areas of law, or what the duties are, right? So, the realist revamped her cover letter to show the hiring attorney exactly how, in capital letters, how she would assist the hiring attorney every single day. All right, fast forward 2 weeks later. The realist was hired on the spot after interviewing with both senior partners. To prepare for the interview, she researched what the paralegal duties were and how she would explain this in the interview. Now she's on her way to building a bona fide, real paralegal career. The optimist and pessimist meet up again at a local coffee shop and talk about what their next steps are. Perhaps they needed more education, etc. They felt everyone wanted experienced paralegals. Here's the moral of the story. And it's something that I've covered in many, many previous videos. The optimist does not worry about her value to the hiring attorney. She just wants a job. The pessimist focuses solely on the hard work it takes and gives up, moves on. To what? I don't know. The realist understands it's all about making clear what your value is to that hiring attorney. The realist understands the challenge, hard work, and effort. It will provide the ultimate payoff, the first paralegal job, which she landed. But there's more. There's more to being technically prepared and prepared to assist the hiring attorney. Are you mentally prepared to endure the discomfort of the first 2 to 6 months on the job as you learn your craft? Your answer always lies in your why. So most jobs take a while to learn. The paralegal career is no different. You don't learn from books. You learn from other paralegals. But the downside to that is that most paralegals on the job who are very experienced, like myself, don't have the time to be a teacher, even though they're put in a very uncomfortable position to be that. So understand that even though that may say it in the ad, they may promise you that in the interview, you have to do a lot of that work yourself, that homework. And you have to ask yourself, do I know what these paralegals do? Do I know what a family law paralegal does every day? Do I know what a business law paralegal does? How about workers' compensation? What does that paralegal do? It's time to do your homework, do your research. I cannot stress enough that if you have an opportunity to take my class, Paralegal Inner Circle class, take it. It is launching right now until May 22nd, and then it's done for several months. I'm doing this webinar for you while I'm camping in the woods, and I have good Wi-Fi. Who would have thought? But I wanted you to understand that it takes all kinds to succeed in this field. But if you don't prepare on your own and research this stuff on Google, and then take my class, Paralegal Inner Circle class, and if you can take the Cover Letter Secrets class, 2 powerhouse courses, you will undoubtedly succeed if you put that effort in. Because once you land the job, that's the beginning of your career, and you have a lot more to learn. So I hope this was helpful, and it gives you insight into what it takes to be successful as a paralegal. It's a can-do kind of attitude, but it's also understanding that Google is there to do research, and I see so many people who don't use it. And then take my class and get a notch above. Become that person who communicates to the attorney that you do already have some skills, that you're familiar with some of the things that this attorney needs you to do. You won't be 100%, and they know you're a beginner, but they don't come up with a solution to that in any workplace. They don't run a school. They don't run a practical school. And that's different if you've taken a 2-year program or a certificate program. You're missing out on the practical every day that the attorney so needs from you. And when you understand that and you research and you learn all these new things, you can articulate that and explain it. The attorney, again, doesn't expect 100% when you're a beginner, but they don't have a lot of patience, and they want you to get up to speed quickly. So you taking the initiative to learn some things beforehand will take you very far. Okay? So have a great day. Let me know with your feedback. You can send me feedback at paralegalcoffeetalk@yahoo.com. I would love to hear your feedback and any questions you may have, and I will get back with you then. Have a great one. Thanks so much for being here. Take care. Bye.